evening. We are here to talk about the novel The Animal Farm.
Okay.
Themes in particular. Let's start with the loss of individualization.
Alright, the very key theme in this novel, my young sir. Now, we're going to focus on chapter 7, when Napoleon declared that the hens had to give up 400 of their eggs a week.
What the hell? 400 eggs a week.
Now, this just demonstrates how their individuality of the hens has been lost, since Napoleon is just using the hens for material gain, which goes against everything Old Major had taught them in the beginning. Now, through this, I am communicating that animals have an identity, and in this chapter particularly, they are being used for material gain, so it shows their loss of individualization.
Thank you. How about the theme in humanity, the decline of civilization?
Now, that is a very important theme. Now, let's focus on chapter 7, when Napoleon takes the eggs from the hens. This shows his inhumanity, since he is using the hens just for his own material gain, which goes against everything they had based their rebellion on. That's why they rebelled against the humans, because they were using the animals for material gain. Now, that's what Napoleon does when he takes the eggs. And it also shows how far their civilization of Animal Farm has declined, since they are reduced to using their own animals for material gain. Now, also, when the hens refuse to give up their eggs,
No one's allowed to feed the hens, or you will die, and I will stick my guard dogs on you.
Napoleon resorts to starving the hens to death. And this just shows his inhumanity and the decline of civilization, because he is no longer feeding those poor, innocent little animals. Yes, he is. And it's very sad, because it just shows how far humanity has declined.
Thank you. Well, could you please explain the theme, deception, and appearance?
Yes, I can. Now, in Animal Farm, the animals used to think that Snowball was a very good and worthy leader, but Napoleon did not agree with this. He thought that the animals should follow his views. So what he chose to do was he got the animals to turn against Snowball.
What? Snowball was an evil pig, and all he tried to do was stop you from winning the battle of the cowshed. But that doesn't make sense. He fought bravely.
Yeah, he even got shot in the back.
Well, that was false. Him and Jones planned it all. I remember that now.
And he said that he was not helping them in the battle of the cowshed. He said that, in fact, he was with Jones the whole time. And then, from then on, the animals blamed Snowball for everything that went wrong on the farm. Like, for example, the key to the cowshed went missing. Oh, that was Snowball's fault. Now, what this relates to deception and appearance, because he was originally not evil, Napoleon just made him look that way. So he is deceiving the animals, and just because he has that power, he is making them change Snowball's original appearance.
Very good. Mr. Orwell, what would be your favorite theme in this novel?
Oh, now that, my good sir, is a very, very difficult question. But I would have to say my favorite theme in the novel is power corrupts, since I have made Napoleon a very powerful pig indeed. Now what he does, let's look at chapter 7 for a moment in particular, because that is the chapter when Napoleon changes Snowball's whole appearance from being a fierce, brave pig who helps them win the battle of the cowshed to being an evil, vicious pig who actually was in league with Jones the whole time. Now this is not true, but Napoleon makes the animals believe this, so that they can blame Snowball for all of the faults that the pigs have. For example, when the key to the cowshed goes missing, the animals then blame it on Snowball, because he is an evil pig. Now, even though the animals are doubtful at first that Snowball could do such a thing to them, by retelling the story of the battle, they then remember, okay, he was an evil pig. Now, what I was trying to demonstrate with this theme, or with this action, is that as long as you have the power, you can convince anyone to do anything.
That was intelligent.
What?
How about when Napoleon kills all the animals at the end of chapter 7? Any themes there?
Oh, my friend, there are multiple themes at the end of that chapter. Now, what I'm going to do for you is I'm just going to give you a quick summary of that event. Now, what he does, Napoleon, is he calls a meeting, and it happens to be a Sunday, and this is very peculiar since he had canceled all meetings on Sunday, and the animals immediately realize that there is something amiss about this. And what he does is he has a sort of a trial, and he puts 4 pigs, 3 sheep, a goose, the hens on trial. And this just, he puts them on trial for their petty, innocent little crimes. Like, for example,
You sheep urinated in the water! You pigs were against me having meetings on Sunday! And you hens, you didn't want me to take your eggs! And you goose, you stole the food!
the hens were just protesting against them taking their eggs, and the sheep admitted to stealing corn. And what this demonstrates is the theme of innate savagery and evil, because he is simply killing innocent creatures. Well, of course, they have little crimes, but that is no reason to kill them. The only reason he was killing them was to stop them from ever rebelling against him in the future. Now, this also demonstrates the theme power corruption that we talked about earlier. Now, it demonstrates this theme because Napoleon just wants power, and he's killing these creatures because he has the power to. No other leader, like Snowball, would not have killed those innocent creatures, and the animals didn't agree with this either. Now, we're going to relate back to inhumanity and the decline of civilization. And this just shows through killing these innocent creatures just how inhumane Napoleon is, because he's just killing them. And the decline of civilization, it just shows how far they have gone, because originally in the commandments they had said that no animal shall kill another animal, and they're just breaking their own laws. Now finally, it expands on the theme Fall from Utopia, because this event just demonstrates how far Animal Farm has changed since the beginning, and that life is not how the animals thought that it would be.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Orwell. That was very insightful.
You're welcome.
What?
Good evening, Mr. Orwell. Thank you for coming this evening. We are here to talk about the novel The Animal Farm.
Okay.
Themes in particular. Let's start with the loss of individualization.
All right. Very key theme in this novel. Now I would like to start. Oh, look at our animals are already showing the loss of individualization.